God says that the reason this message has reached you at this exact moment is not an accident, not a coincidence, not something random floating in the air. This moment has been prepared for you long before you even knew something was shifting around you. God says, congratulations, because something that was supposed to take years is finally arriving early. Archangel Michael says that your red alert has arrived, and this time your angel is not allowing you to skip this message at any cost. The spiritual realm has watched you skip too many signs, ignore too many divine whispers, walk away from too many warnings, and pretend that everything is fine when heaven knew you were walking towards something that needed divine interruption. God says that if you skip this one, your heart will regret it more than anything, because this message is carrying something that will not return again in the same way. This message is the door opening, the shift beginning, the spiritual alarm ringing, the divine clock hitting now, and heaven leaning close to tell you something that will change how you see yourself and the path that is unfolding ahead of you. God says that you may not realize how many nights the angels have stood next to your bed, watching you, protecting you, guiding you even when you were not listening. Archangel Michael has seen the battles you have been silently fighting, the pressure that built around your heart. The moments when your soul felt lost and your spirit felt tired. Heaven saw how you kept pushing, kept trying, kept believing, even when you had every reason to give up. And because you kept moving forward, God says congratulations. Heaven is rewarding you in ways you did not expect and in timing that will surprise you. This is not a random message. This is not a small sign. This is not just another moment. Your angel is insisting because something is happening right now around your destiny, and if you walk past this message, you will miss something heaven has already prepared with your name written on it. God says that you have come through a long season of spiritual resistance. And even the air around you has felt heavy at times. You have sensed delays, blockages, people acting strangely, unexpected setbacks, and energy that felt confusing. Heaven says these things were not happening because you were failing, but because something powerful was being prepared behind the scenes. Every delay was positioning you. Every disappointment was redirecting you. Every confusing moment was removing something that could not go with you into the next chapter. God says congratulations because the chapter that you prayed for, cried for, sacrificed for, waited for, and trusted for is beginning to open, even if you don't feel ready yet. Heaven says you are more ready than you think. Archangel Michael says this is your red alert because your path is shifting in a sudden and surprising way. A blessing that was blocked is being released. A door that was locked is opening. A truth that was hidden is being revealed. A person who was meant to help you is being sent toward you. A protection you did not know you needed is being placed around you. Heaven says this message is urgent because the timing is divine. This door will not stay open forever. This moment has been prepared carefully. The atmosphere around your life is changing, and you will soon see why God is speaking so strongly to you right now. God says that you have been asking questions in silence, wondering why certain people pulled away. Why some situations ended, why some opportunities disappeared, and why life felt like it was standing still. Heaven says those were not losses, they were protections. What you thought was falling apart was actually falling into place. You were being moved away from what would have drained you, delayed you, or destroyed your peace. God says you are stepping into a new season where the people around you will change, the energy around you will shift, and the blessings coming toward you will feel different from anything you've experienced before. Heaven is preparing you for a breakthrough that matches your spiritual maturity, your emotional strength, and the wisdom you have earned through every challenge you survived. Archangel Michael says you must understand why this message is so important. There is something coming into your life that requires spiritual readiness. Heaven is sending you a blessing that is connected to your future, your finances, your relationships, and your emotional healing. This blessing is not small. It is not something temporary or easily overlooked. It is something that will change your direction, your confidence, your authority, and your spiritual identity. God says the reason this is urgent is because a shift of this size is not quiet. It sends ripples through the spiritual realm. When blessings rise, so does spiritual resistance. That is why the angels are alert. That is why Archangel Michael is standing close. That is why heaven is telling you not to skip this message. God says congratulations because the enemy tried but failed. People spoke against you, but it did not stop you. Some tried to discourage you, but you stayed strong. Some attempted to break your spirit, but your soul refused to collapse. Heaven says your strength has reached heaven, and your endurance has been recorded. Every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered, every moment you felt alone but kept going, these things have brought you to the threshold of a miracle that will feel like a divine reward. You are stepping into a season where what was hidden becomes visible, what was blocked becomes free, and what was delayed becomes accelerated. There is something important God wants you to know. Someone is thinking about you deeply. Someone is being guided toward you. Someone is having dreams about you, thoughts about you, and spiritual pull toward you because heaven is aligning your paths. This connection is not ordinary. It is tied to your destiny. God says you will soon understand why certain people had to leave and why this person is being guided in your direction. Heaven is preparing a connection that will uplift you, support you, and bring peace into your life in a way that feels divine. This is one of the reasons Archangel Michael is insisting you do not skip this message, because heaven is placing someone in your life who is meant to help unlock a level of purpose and abundance you could not access alone. God says that a financial shift is also beginning. Something that was blocked in the invisible realm has been unlocked. Money that was tied up, delayed, or stuck is being released. Heaven is preparing to surprise you through unexpected sources, sudden opportunities, and blessings that come without warning. You are stepping into a season where your hard work will pay off, your faith will be rewarded, and doors that once refused to open will swing wide for you. God says congratulations because the struggle you went through has prepared you to handle abundance with wisdom, gratitude, and purpose. Archangel Michael says this is a red alert because a spiritual door is open, and you must walk through it while the window is active. Heaven says timing is everything. When the divine clock shifts, you must respond quickly. That is why your angel is not allowing you to skip this. The energy around your life is rising. Something is aligning, something is unfolding, something is moving toward you at a speed you are not used to. You will soon feel clarity, strength, peace, and certainty. You will feel lighter. You will feel supported. You will feel guided. You will finally understand why everything happened the way it did. God says the blessings that are coming are not ordinary. They are meant to restore what you lost, heal what was broken, protect what is sacred, and elevate what is meant for your future. You are entering a season where your spirit will feel uplifted. Your heart will feel protected, and your path will feel guided. Heaven says every prayer, every sleepless night, every moment of faith is now returning to you as blessings multiplied. God says you are safe. You are protected. Nothing will go wrong with you because heaven has surrounded you with divine guardianship. You have been chosen for this message, chosen for this moment, and chosen for this blessing. You only have to trust God and stay connected through prayer. The angels are already working. The path is already clearing. The shift has already begun. You are not reading this by accident. You are reading this because heaven is moving in your life right now. This message reached you because you were meant to open it before it was too late. And now that you have, heaven says the breakthrough has officially begun. God says this moment was not random, not accidental, not coincidental. This message reached you exactly at the second heaven intended because the spiritual realm has been watching your heart, your tears, and your silent battles. God says your urgent alert has arrived, and Archangel Michael is standing beside you right now, insisting that you do not delay, insisting that your soul pays attention, insisting that every part of your being stays awake to what is unfolding. God says congratulations, because something in your destiny just shifted, something in your spiritual timeline just opened, something that has been blocked for years just moved out of your way. God says He has seen your patience, your suffering, your waiting, your heartbreak, and the moments when you felt forgotten. But God says you were never forgotten, not even for a second. Heaven was preparing something so enormous, so unexpected, and so divinely timed that the moment has finally come where the message needed to reach you immediately. Archangel Michael says your red alert has reached its highest point, not because something bad will happen to you, but because something extremely important, extremely life-changing, extremely transformative is standing right at the edge of your destiny. Michael says he has been trying to reach you for days, watching you move through your routine. Watching you overthink, watching you worry about outcomes that heaven already resolved. He says your angel is not allowing you to skip this message at any cost because your soul asked for guidance, your heart cried out for clarity, and your spirit needed answers that only heaven could provide. God says if you skip this, you will miss the peace you have been praying for, the revelation your spirit has been waiting for, and the blessing that has been circling you quietly. God says do not skip this because your breakthrough is woven into the words you are reading right now. God says open this fully, deeply, and completely before it is too late, not because danger is coming, but because divine timing is moving. Heaven's doors open only at precise moments, and this is one of those sacred moments that your soul will remember forever. God says you are safe, you are loved, you are protected, and nothing will go wrong with you. He says you only need to trust Him the way He has always trusted you, to pray to Him the way your heart naturally desires to, and to allow your spirit to receive the message that has been waiting to reach you. God says there is something you need to understand today. You have been carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. You have been holding responsibilities that drained your spirit. You have been healing others while you were breaking inside. You have been pretending to be strong when your soul was exhausted. But heaven says the season of carrying everything alone is ending. God says He is stepping into your situation directly now. He is not sending a sign, He is becoming the sign. He is not whispering, He is speaking clearly. He is not delaying, He is acting now. Archangel Michael says the reason this message is urgent is because there is a divine decision being made in your favor. Something that was stuck is becoming unstuck. Something that was blocked is being opened. Something that was hidden is being revealed. Michael says the angels have been fighting spiritually for your breakthrough, clearing your path, removing spiritual resistance, and dissolving the energy that kept delaying your blessings. Heaven is moving things behind the scenes faster than your human mind can comprehend. God says there are people who doubted your worth, people who underestimated you, people who spoke low about your destiny, people who took your kindness as weakness, and people who didn't know that heaven had marked you since birth. God says the era of people misreading your heart is ending. Your blessings are coming in a way that will make it clear that God Himself favored you. Your name is being lifted, your spirit is being elevated, your path is being realigned with purpose, and everything that once seemed confusing is about to make sense. God says you need to hear this with your whole heart. You are not behind in life. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are being positioned. God says the delays were never denials, they were protection. The confusion was never punishment, it was preparation. The silence was never rejection, it was alignment. Heaven was rearranging your destiny so that everything you receive comes at the perfect moment, so that not one blessing arrives before you are ready, and not one opportunity is wasted on people who don't deserve your energy. Archangel Michael says he has been standing beside your bed at night, watching over your sleep, calming your anxious thoughts, and ensuring that no negativity enters your space. He says he has been guarding your spirit from emotional attacks, protecting your peace, shielding your heart from people who didn't deserve access, and placing divine barriers around your destiny. He says he has been whispering guidance into your subconscious mind, even when you were unaware, even when you thought no one heard your silent prayers. God says you are entering a season where you will feel His presence more strongly than ever before. You will notice signs, repeating numbers, sudden peace, unexpected opportunities, closed doors reopening, and long-lost blessings returning to you in miraculous ways. God says prepare yourself because you are about to witness answers manifest in ways that will surprise you. The weight you have been carrying in your heart is being lifted. The confusion clouding your mind is being cleared. The sadness you kept hidden behind your smile is being healed. God says congratulations because you passed the spiritual tests that were meant to break others. You stayed kind even when treated unfairly. You kept faith when circumstances made no sense. You chose love in moments when you received none. You prayed for others even while hurting. Heaven saw everything. God says your reward is not small. It is enormous. It is life-changing. It is destiny-shifting. It is soul-awakening. Something is coming that will remind you why God made you wait so long, why He protected you from certain people, why He changed your direction, and why He removed certain connections from your life. Archangel Michael says your red alert means blessings are approaching fast, and your spirit needs to be awake and ready. He says something is unfolding right now spiritually, like a door opening, like a contract being signed, like a miracle descending from heaven. He says there is divine urgency not because you are in danger, but because your breakthrough is time-sensitive. Heaven does not want you to miss the signs, the intuition, the clarity, or the opportunity that is coming. God says a transformation is beginning in your life, one that will bring healing to your heart, abundance to your finances, peace to your spirit, and alignment to your destiny. He says you will no longer feel lost. You will no longer feel unseen. You will no longer feel unsupported. You will no longer feel like your prayers are unheard. God says He is stepping into the center of your life, taking control in ways you will feel emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. God says the doors that closed were meant to close. The people who left were meant to leave. The situations that collapsed were meant to collapse. Nothing was taken from you, everything was replaced with something better that is on its way. God says you are entering a chapter where the blessings will come with ease, not struggle, with peace, not chaos, with clarity, not confusion, with divine love, not conditional affection. Archangel Michael says this is your message of elevation. This is your message of divine change. This is your message of heavenly intervention. You are stepping out of the season of struggle and into the season of divine alignment. God says trust Him now more than ever. Pray to Him not from fear, but from faith. He says He is ready to show you why nothing in your life was wasted. He is ready to reveal the truth behind the delays. He is ready to bless you in ways that exceed human understanding. God says this is your moment. Archangel Michael says this is your alert. Heaven says this is your time. You are safe. You are protected. You are chosen. You are loved. And something miraculous is unfolding for you right now. God says this moment is not random, and it is not accidental that your eyes stopped here. God says congratulations because something you have been waiting for, something that has been blocked, delayed, or hidden from you for so long, is finally breaking open in this very hour. God says this message arrives to you as a red alert, not to frighten you, but to prepare your spirit for what is being released on your behalf. God says you have been crying silently, battling silently, questioning quietly, and still you kept going. Heaven witnessed it all. Every tear, every night you couldn't sleep, every moment you whispered a prayer even when you felt like giving up, nothing went unnoticed. Archangel Michael says your red alert has arrived because the spiritual gates around you are shifting quickly, and you were chosen to receive this divine update before anyone else. He says the energy around you is changing rapidly, and right now the spiritual world is in motion. Michael says your angel is standing very close to you, refusing to allow you to skip this message at any cost. He says if you skip this, you will cry later, not because something bad will happen to you, but because you will miss the divine revelation that God prepared especially for your heart. Archangel Michael says this is the moment where the light touches your life in a way it hasn't in years, and he urges you to open your heart before it's too late. God says you are safe, nothing will go wrong with you, and you are completely protected under divine hands. You just have to trust God and pray to Him, because right now your prayer is the key that unlocks the blessing waiting at your door. God says the very thing that was meant to break you will now become the reason you rise. The very obstacle meant to stop you will become the testimony you share with strength. The very moment that felt like your downfall will turn out to be the start of your divine lifting. Archangel Michael says your energy has been under pressure, your spirit has been under stress, and your life has been under spiritual resistance. But now heaven is stepping in. He says there is something incredibly important that you need to hear, something that will shift everything for you. He says this red alert is not danger, it is divine urgency. It is a sign that heaven is close, that your angel is near, that your spiritual breakthrough is crossing the bridge toward you. Michael says he has been fighting for you even when you had no idea. He says you were surrounded by silent battles, hidden jealousy, invisible negativity, and unseen blockages. God says there are moments in your life when heaven refuses to stay silent, and right now, this is one of those rare moments. God says congratulations, because something in the spiritual realm has shifted in your favor in a way that no human eyes can fully understand. Archangel Michael is standing beside you with a red alert glowing in his hand, and he is telling you that this message is not ordinary, not casual, not something to scroll past or read halfway. He says your angel is blocking every distraction around you because heaven has declared that you must hear this right now. He says if you skip this message, you will regret it, because something important is unfolding, something that carries weight in your destiny. The urgency around you is not fear, it is divine protection pulling you toward clarity, toward breakthrough, toward a truth that will unlock the next part of your life. God says you are safe, completely safe, and wrapped in divine light. But you must listen with your spirit open, because something you have been waiting for is closer than you think. God says you are entering a moment of spiritual reversal, where everything that has been working against you is being pushed back, defeated, silenced, and removed. You have been feeling pressure, confusion, unexpected heaviness, and moments where you wondered why things shifted so strangely around you. God says that wasn't failure, that wasn't loss, that wasn't punishment. Those were signs that something powerful was approaching. Heaven was making space for a blessing that was too big to fit into your old surroundings. God says a new divine cycle is opening for you, and this message is your confirmation that you have crossed into a new territory. Archangel Michael says your red alert has arrived because your next chapter starts now, and the enemy wanted to distract you so you wouldn't notice the signs. But heaven refused to let you be blindsided. Heaven refused to let you miss what belongs to you. You have been feeling things shifting in your spirit without knowing why. You felt sudden emotions, sudden heaviness, sudden thoughts that didn't seem like yours, and God says that was because a spiritual battle happened around you in the last few days. You didn't see it, but Archangel Michael guarded you. You didn't hear it, but he raised his sword for you. You didn't feel it fully, but your soul sensed something moving in the unseen. God says you were protected from something you will never have to face, and even now, you are being guided out of danger and into alignment. Your angel is making sure you don't skip this message because heaven is trying to make you aware of a blessing you prayed for long ago. God says you cried for help, you asked for clarity, and you begged for direction even when no one saw your tears, but heaven saw, heaven heard, and heaven has already answered. God says someone tried to block your path, someone tried to speak negativity over your future, someone tried to send spiritual confusion your way. It didn't work. It couldn't work. It will never work. The reason you felt mentally exhausted these days wasn't because something bad was happening to you, but because something bad was failing against you. Archangel Michael says the forces that wanted to drain you were defeated before they even touched you. He says your spirit was sensing the aftermath of what was removed. God says you must not fear, because everything meant to harm you was stopped. Everything meant to confuse you was reversed. Everything meant to slow you down was broken. Heaven is clearing your path because a blessing is on its way toward you, and the path must be clean. God says congratulations, because you are entering a moment where prayers are being unlocked one after another. You prayed for emotional peace, and heaven is releasing it. You prayed for financial stability, and heaven is opening doors that were tightly shut. You prayed for truth, and God says the truth is coming. The truth will not harm you, the truth will free you. You prayed for protection, and heaven has already placed a shield around you so strong that nothing formed against you can stand. Archangel Michael says you are chosen, you are selected, and you are marked for a breakthrough that no human being can cancel. He says this red alert is not danger, it is urgency because the timing is divine. Heaven is saying don't delay receiving what is meant for you. God says something powerful is coming toward you faster than you expect. Something you thought was impossible is already forming. Something that looked delayed is actually right on time. You may not see it yet in the physical realm, but the spiritual realm is overflowing with movement on your behalf. God says you will soon experience sudden changes, unexpected messages, unexpected opportunities, unexpected revelations that will make everything make sense. He says you are walking into a divine moment designed only for you, a moment that no one else can take, copy, or claim. God says you are protected and safe because heaven has surrounded you with angels. You are not alone, you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten. God says there is a blessing with your name on it that has been waiting for the right time. And that time is now. The season of waiting is ending. The season of confusion is ending. The season of spiritual heaviness is ending. You are stepping into clarity, into favor, into unexpected answers that will leave you in awe. Archangel Michael says you must trust this process, because you are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. He says your heart has been tired, but strength is returning. Your mind has been overwhelmed, but peace is coming. Your spirit has been thirsty, and heaven is pouring into you now. God says you are safe. Nothing will go wrong with you. Everything that is unfolding is part of a divine plan tailored for your future. You just have to trust God and pray. Because prayer is opening doors you cannot yet see. God says this message reached you at the exact moment it was meant to, not 1 second early, not 1 second late. Heaven aligned everything so you would read this, understand it, and receive it in your spirit. God says do not fear. Do not doubt. Do not skip this truth. You are protected, guided, lifted, and surrounded. You are watched over by Archangel Michael himself. You are entering a new season. You are stepping into a divine reversal. The blessings that were blocked are being released. The peace you lost is returning. The path that was dark is lighting up. And all you have to do is trust and continue praying, because God is with you. God is protecting you, and God is moving in your life right now in ways that will soon be impossible to ignore. God says this to you now, and you must feel every word as it reaches you. The moment you are reading this is not random, accidental, or ordinary. This moment is divinely chosen, divinely aligned, divinely arranged. Archangel Michael stands beside you right now, urging your spirit to stay still, to stay open, to stay present. He is not letting you skip this message because something in your life has reached a turning point so powerful, so meaningful, so spiritually sensitive that heaven itself stepped in to stop you from missing the guidance meant only for you. God says congratulations. Because the red alert arriving in your life is not a warning of danger. It is a signal that a long-waiting miracle is finally entering your path. The same miracle you cried for, prayed for, hoped for, begged for, and sometimes doubted would ever come. This message is an urgent doorway, and God needs you to walk through it with faith, not fear. This is why the energy around you right now feels different, heavier, louder, almost like the air itself is trying to get your attention. Heaven has raised the volume of your destiny. Archangel Michael says the only reason this message feels intense is because something intense is trying to reach you. He says your spirit has been blocked, distracted, or overwhelmed lately, and you almost missed a divine revelation that is meant to change everything. That is why he put this divine stop in your path. That is why your heart suddenly felt drawn to open these words. That is why you felt something pulling you, whispering to you, insisting that you cannot skip this. God says the season of confusion is ending. The season where you kept giving, loving, trusting, and waiting without seeing results is shifting. You are entering a moment where the truth about your purpose, your blessings, your protection, and your identity is being revealed. God says He has watched you survive what would have destroyed others. He watched you walk through darkness with no one clapping for you, no one holding your hand, no one understanding your pain. Yet you kept believing. You kept hoping. You kept searching for Him even when life felt silent. God says that is why this message is urgent. Because you reached a threshold in the spiritual world. A line. A crossing. A moment where heaven decided enough is enough. The blockages must break. The delays must stop. The truth must be revealed. The blessings must be released. You carried too much for too long, and God is not letting you continue another day without clarity. That is why He says congratulations. It means something is being unlocked, something heaven kept hidden until this exact second. Archangel Michael says you are being shifted into a timeline where the people who didn't value you will suddenly feel the loss of you. Where the opportunities that rejected you will come back searching for you. Where the version of you that was afraid, uncertain, or insecure will be replaced by a version of you that is powerful, steady, intuitive, and guided. Michael says this shift could not happen until your heart reached the point of readiness, and today is the day your readiness has been recognized. God says your spirit is awakening. Not slowly. Not little by little. But suddenly, dramatically, urgently. Something in you is being lifted. Something around you is being cleared. Something ahead of you is being prepared. Heaven has already seen the next chapter that you cannot yet see, and that is why this message had to reach you before doubt could take over. God is making sure you walk into this miracle with confidence, not confusion. God says He is proud of you. He is proud of your endurance. He is proud of the way you kept going even when you were exhausted. He is proud of the way you carried responsibilities that were never yours. He is proud of the way you loved even when your heart was hurting. He is proud of the way you stayed soft in a world that tried to harden you. The congratulations you are receiving are not for something you gained, but for something you survived. Archangel Michael says your blessing was delayed, not denied, because heaven needed to expose the wrong people before lifting you. There were individuals around you or thinking about you whose intentions were not aligned with your purpose. You may not know who they are yet, but God does. And he says the red alert is not for your fear, it is to mark the moment when the spiritual veil is being torn open. Your clarity is coming. Your truth is coming. Your protection is doubling. Your path is clearing. God says everything that was hidden from you is being brought into the light. Everything that was confusing you is being simplified. Everything that was draining you is being cut off. Everything that was meant for you is being sent to you. Your name is being spoken in rooms you have never entered. Your work is being noticed by eyes you don't know. Your prayers are being answered in ways you never expected. Your struggle is being transformed into strength. The red alert is not a warning of fear, it is heaven's trumpet that the breakthrough has started. God says your life is shifting in these ways, your intuition will sharpen. You will begin to see signs, symbols, synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams, feelings, and sudden clarity that feels supernatural. Your spiritual hearing is opening, your protection is strengthening. Archangel Michael is surrounding you more tightly because something big is coming, something good, something life-changing, something meant only for you. Your blessings are accelerating. What used to take months will begin happening in days. What used to feel impossible will start unfolding naturally. What you used to chase will begin turning around and seeking you. Your heart is healing. The old emotional wounds are loosening their grip. The memories that once made you cry will soon make you grateful for the strength they built in you. Your purpose is activating. You will feel drawn toward something, an idea, a dream, a calling, and this time God says follow it, because it is Him guiding you. Archangel Michael says a major spiritual block is breaking. Something that has been delaying you, draining you, confusing you, or keeping your life stuck is being dismantled. It could be energy from a past connection, a negative thought pattern, a hidden enemy, or an emotional wound. Whatever it is, it cannot stay anymore. Heaven has intervened. God says this is why you felt a sudden shift in the last days or weeks. Emotional intensity, random anxiety, strange dreams, heavy energy, unusual signs, sudden changes in relationships, or unexpected interruptions. These were spiritual symptoms of the breakthrough that is now unfolding. God says you are not alone. You have never been alone. Every time you cried privately, heaven was watching. Every time you felt lost, God was guiding you in silence. Every time you felt like giving up, the angels whispered strength into your spirit. That is why you survived moments that should have broken you. That is why your heart still longs for something better. That is why your soul still responds to divine messages like this. Something in you recognizes heaven's voice. Archangel Michael says you are stepping into a chapter where you will not have to beg for love, chase after opportunities, or force your worth onto anyone. You will finally be seen without having to struggle to be noticed. The right people will come toward you. The right opportunities will align for you. The right blessings will reveal themselves to you. God says congratulations because you are crossing into favor, protection, truth, clarity, and abundance. Not ordinary abundance, divine abundance. The kind that lifts your entire life. The kind that wipes away years of struggle. The kind that makes you look back and say, "Now I understand why I had to go through everything." God says trust Him. Trust this timing. Trust this message. Trust the pull that brought you here. Trust that nothing is going wrong with you, everything is going right for you. Trust that the miracle is already in motion. Trust that Archangel Michael is fighting unseen battles for you right now. Trust that you are safe, protected, guided, and held. You are not reading this by accident. You are being called, chosen, lifted, and redirected. God says you are stepping into a season where everything will make sense. Every tear, every delay, every rejection, every confusion, every unanswered prayer. Nothing was wasted. God says breathe. Calm your heart. You are safe. You are protected. You are watched over. You are guided. You are chosen. You are loved more than you can understand. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will go wrong for you when you walk with Him. Archangel Michael says your red alert is the beginning of your divine breakthrough, not the end of anything important. This is the moment your life turns. This is the moment your path opens. This is the moment heaven steps closer. And this is the moment you must stay open, stay trusting, stay believing. God says He is with you, and nothing will go wrong with you. Trust Him. Pray to Him. Keep your faith strong, your miracle has begun.